as soon as we're able to get a chance to speak to MMC. It seems as though this is the third location. Now, this splits, you just said to the owner, or rather the lady that's leasing the property, that this is the last resort for the municipality. You've issued a number of warnings, sending letters to those that owe the municipality, but now you are out here disconnecting households.
Yes, yeah, we're starting with the rich and the famous unapologetically. And people think they are smart, think they can outsmart us as a municipality, and we are showing them that they can never outsmart us. If you can afford to stay in lavish areas, you own 4 or 5 properties, and you avoid paying us, we are going to find you, and we are going to disconnect you, and you are going to be forced to pay. So this is a typical example of a property that has been avoiding us. One of his properties, by the way, we found that there is an illegal connection, meaning that he's been getting free electricity, meaning that is eating money of the state, money that we should be using to pay to service the residents of the metro.
And how much is the municipality lost so far? An estimation of how much the municipality has lost so far, not just with illegal, but as a result of overdue accounts, businesses not paying for electricity and rates, as well as residents?
Look, the total amount currently is sitting at about 7.5 billion in terms of arrears. The budget of the municipality is about 20 billion, so you can just imagine it's almost equivalent to our budget that we get. Hence, we've taken an aggressive strategy now to be able to deal with this. We want to make examples. If people don't pay, we come and disconnect. And those that think they're smart, as I said, that they refuse access to their properties, we are going to find our way in one way or another.
All right, thank you so much. That MMC for Electricity and Energy, Kanyang, of course, also leading this campaign, Iman. Now, what we've heard so far is that now there's a certain owner who owns 4 properties. Now, 3 of them, we're at the 3rd property now, and what they do, they bought the properties, but leasing them out to people who actually have guest houses. So we're going to move now because we're seeing the Metro Police is starting to open the gate to force their way in, and then they will go to the meter box and then start disconnecting there. This is what happened at the first property in Humewood when they did not allow access. The police then were able to switch off the motor and take the gate off the railings and then go straight to the meter box, to the box, only to find there is no meter, meaning that they've got an illegal connection and they've been bridging electricity. So we wonder what we're going to find at this property as well as we make our way in.
I think, Sipha, we're going to keep our picture on you for the moment.
As we start moving, well, Iman, unfortunately, this is what they have to deal with. You see these dogs on the property, as the owner of the guest house had indicated that she has dogs on the property and she does not want anything to happen to the dogs. Now, the official that works for the Electricity and Energy Department, the one that is responsible for switching off and disconnecting, he is walking next to the MMC, where then we will be headed inside. He knows where the position of these meter boxes, so he's needed to point out where exactly some of these meter boxes are on the properties. And it's seemingly inside the guest house, not outside, as opposed to the other.
And if I study meter box, I'm going to see kangele stesi fumana. So sozuvimbela senze umsebenzi wethu as umasipala. Asulinda sisi.
Well, they've locked the cupboard now, and the lady that is cleaning here, she is refusing to open the cupboard, was refusing to open the door, refusing to point out where the meter box is, but they've managed to find where the meter box is, but she does not want to open. She claims that the owner of the guest house has left with the key, so the Metro Police are going to look for a way to actually open. They've managed to open, and there's the meter. There's no box. It seems they have actually illegally connected electricity. There's an isolator that has been installed. There's no meter box, meaning that they've also been bridging electricity illegally. Now, this is the second location, or rather property, that is owned by the same individual where we've been to the previous ones. Now, the MMC is going to disconnect the electricity supply. And the electricity is off. Now they're trying to find a way to ensure that they won't be able to reconnect again and use electricity illegally.
Just watching your visuals there, and again, as you say, I mean, this is an affluent neighborhood. This is a well-developed house. You know, sort of, as you showed us earlier on, really fancy. It's just outrageous that even in a setting like this, you see what looks to be illegal connections to power and people who already owe the municipality, you know, north of R500,000 already. And as we heard from the MMC there earlier, just a lack of accountability or even responding to the municipality's demands for this bill to be settled.
Absolutely, Iman. And as you mentioned, that this is quite an affluent area, suburb, well-known affluent suburb in Gqeberha, Summerstrand, where this guest house is. And I mean, this is a place of business itself, so they should be able to make money to keep up to pay their accounts, which they haven't been doing, but also now finding that they have illegally tampered with electricity, where the municipality will not be able then to access how much or assess how much exactly they owe the municipality because of this illegal connection. Now, as you heard the MMC saying earlier on, that the municipality, just the areas, is looking at 7 billion rands. Now, their total budget for electricity is 20 billion. That's close to a half of the budget just gone on arrears. Now, you can imagine with illegal connections, these don't just happen in informal settlements or in townships, but look, now we're in Summerstrand, and what we've seen so far, 2 out of the 3 properties that we visited already actually have illegally connected or illegally tampered with the electricity. And this means the municipality will not be able to fully assess how much exactly is owned by this individual should they tamper with that, because there is no meter box to run how much electricity they have been using, Iman. And this is exactly why the municipality is conducting this campaign and this split, is to ensure that those that need to pay, that owe the municipality and their accounts are in arrears, they do so, but also to see those that have illegally connected electricity after being switched off, then that's the way the problem is. Now, one of the officials was telling us that in June they had reached out to this property owner, not just this property, but the other 3 properties, and they had started to make a payment plan, and they came back to reconnect electricity. That is one property in Summerstrand, but it turns out, but they did not respond with the other properties, which are the ones now we're seeing that have tampered with electricity.
And it's a serious, serious offense. Sipha, we'll continue to watch this with you a little bit later. Keep us close to this story, and particularly for illegal connections, just establishing then again from the municipality what the legal punishments are for doing this.